Good morning students. This is your video presentation science class for grade 9. Today we are going to discuss about classification of plant tissues. Plant tissues are classified into two main categories, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue and permanent tissue, this is the main classification of the plant tissue. And then this meristematic tissue is further classified into three types, that is apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. Apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. This is the components of this meristematic tissue. And then the permanent tissue is further classified into two types, simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue is further classified into three types, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma tissue. In parenchyma contain two kinds of tissue, that is aerenchyma and chlorenchyma, and then the sclerenchyma contain two types of tissue, that is sclerenchyma fibers and sclerites. And then the complex permanent tissue is classified into xylem and phloem. In this class we are going to discuss the meristematic tissue. Let's see meristematic tissue. Before we learn meristematic tissue, in the last class I told what is tissue. Tissue is a group of cells. Many cells forms together and makes the tissue. So this meristematic tissue, what is the definition? The group of living cells present in plants with the ability to divide repeatedly and form new cells and are called meristematic tissue. This meristematic tissue, this is one kind of dividing tissue. So the group of living cells present in plants with the ability to divide repeatedly and form new cells are called meristematic tissue. Understand? Yes. Let's see the characteristics of meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue has many characters. The cells of meristematic tissue are similar in structure and have thin cellulose cell wall. Already you know that every plant contains cell wall. That cell wall is made up of cellulose. So this meristematic tissue are also similar in structure. That means same structure and have thin cellulose. And then the cells may be round, oval, polygonal or rectangular in shapes. The meristematic tissues are made up of different shapes. It may be round, oval, polygonal or rectangular in shape. And then they are compact, having no intercellular space. In between these meristematic tissue there is no intercellular space. And there is a large nucleus and abundant cytoplasm is present in this meristematic tissue. You may have seen in this picture, at the center there is the nucleus. So this nucleus is very large in size, and you may have seen abundant, that means large amount of cytoplasm also present in this meristematic tissue. Then the protoplasm contains very few or no vacuoles at all. In this meristematic tissue contains no vacuoles. Okay. Yes. Let's see the types of meristematic tissue. There are three types of meristematic tissue depending on their location. Where the meristematic tissue is present in that particular plant, depending on that location, it is classified into three categories, that is apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. First we will see the apical meristem. It is located in the growing tips of root and shoot. Already you know that in every plant has two kinds of system, that is the root system and the shoot system. Below the soil we may have seen the root system, and above the soil we may have seen the shoot system. So this apical meristem is found in the growing tips of the shoot and root, and its function is increases the length of the plant. So this is the primary growth of the plant. Its function is primary growth. So it increases the length of the plant. Okay, because of the increasing length due to this apical meristem. So this is called as the primary growth of the particular plant. And then the next one is intercalary meristem. It is located at the base of leaves or internodes. It is located at the base of the leaf. In the stem region, leaves are arises, isn't it? So at the base of the leaf or internode, we may have seen this intercalary meristem. Its function is increase in length of organ like leaves and internodes. It increases the length of the leaves and internodes. And then the last one is lateral meristem. It is found on sides of stem and roots. This lateral meristem is found on the sides of the stem and roots. There are two types of lateral meristem. That is, first one is cork cambium and the another one is vascular cambium. So what is cork cambium? In cork cambium, it is found beneath the bark region. Do you know the bark region? Yes, outer covering of the stem. It is the bark. So we may have seen the cork cambium at the beneath. That means inside the bark region we may have seen the cork cambium. And then next one is vascular cambium. It is found in vascular bundle. That means inside the stem part we may have seen the vascular bundles. And its function is increase the diameter and girth. It increases the diameter and girth of the plant. So it is called as the secondary growth. Understand? Yes. Let's see. This is the image of types of meristematic tissue. We have learnt 3 types of meristematic tissue: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Apical meristem is found at the top region, that is the growing region, and intercalary meristem, it is found in the leaf part, leaf internode region. Leaf arising part we may have seen the intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem, it is found in the bark region, stem. Let us see the functions of meristematic tissue. Meristematic cells are in active stage of cell division, so they are responsible for the development of different plant parts such as new leaves, branches of stem and root, flowers, fruits, and root hairs. Meristematic cells are active in cell division, so they are responsible for the development of various plant parts such as leaves, branches, stem, root, flower, fruit, and root hairs also. And then these cells also help to heal cell injury. If the cell cause any damage, it gets any damage, this meristematic cell sort helps to heal them. Okay, and then it helps the root and stem to increase the length, diameter, and girth. These meristematic tissues are found in the growing root and stem part, so it also increase in the length, diameter, and girth of the root and stem. And then the last point is they are also utilized in plant tissue culture. In plant tissue culture, these meristematic tissues are used. In plant tissue culture, this is one of the artificial method. So in this method, these meristematic tissues are used to produce the new plants. Let's see the differentiation. The cells formed from the meristematic cells gradually lose their ability to divide and take up a specific role in the plant body. This process of taking up a permanent shape, size, and function is called differentiation. Okay, let's see what is differentiation. The cells of the meristematic tissue gradually lose their ability to divide. If the meristematic cells are gradually lose the ability to divide, it may take up a specific role in plant body. So this process of taking up a permanent shape, size, and function, at the end, this meristematic tissue takes the permanent shape, size, and function. It is called the differentiation. Okay, cells of meristematic tissue differentiate to form different types of permanent tissue. this meristematic tissue differentiate to form different types of permanent tissue. Okay, so already we have learned the types of permanent tissue in the classification. So in this video we are discussed only the meristematic tissue and their types. In the next video we will go to see the permanent tissue and their types. Okay, yes, I hope you are all understood. Yes, we will see in the next class. Thank you.